I'd like to welcome everybody back inside for a panel of very wise elders that have graced us with their presence. Anne and Sasha Shulgin, as well as Myron Staroff. Thank you.
Okay, go through the usual testing. Does this work? Oh, it does. Great. The reason I'm back this year is because last year was so much fun. And Sasha didn't get to be at this thing, so I figured he had to have the experience. I really don't know what I'm supposed to do to start this thing off, except to say my name is Anne Shulgin, and I'm the wife and co-author and friend and
details.
Without details of Sasha Shulgin, and a very dear friend of Myron, who's a very special person to both of us. I'm suffering from slight jet lag, which is a good excuse for anything I say that I'll later regret. I really dislike preparing speeches or talks and delivering them, but I love Q&As, and so I look forward to any kind of question, as far as I'm concerned. If it's intrusive and too personal or whatever, that's perfectly fine. I can always tell you a lie or, get out of it in some way. But as far as I'm concerned, any question is okay. And I'm now going to pass it on to Myron.
Thank you. I'm Myron Staroff. And the first thing that I want to say is what a fantastic job Stefan has done pulling this all together. This is... This is the first time I've been in this place, and I'm really impressed. And the food at lunch was really good, too. So I don't know, I think maybe the first thing we want to do, just cover a little bit. I'll be very brief and then pass this on to Sasha, but I had my first LSD experience in 1956, and after that, one of the first things I said is that this is the greatest discovery man has ever made. But of course at that time I didn't know Shulgin and the things he was doing. So that may be enough of an introduction, and I agree with Anne. I love answering questions, and I think we all do. So we hope to come up with some good ones.
Well, I don't know exactly. Am I on line 2 here? Hello? Mm-hmm. Should I get there? Is this better? Okay.
I can pull it to you too.
I can put. Oh. Yeah. Dismember it.
He's not really mechanically inclined. He's a genius in chemistry, but...
No.
Wow.
Whole reorganization. Would that work all right that way now? Oh, okay. Now, occasionally people say, "Can those in the back of the audience hear me?" And raise your hands if you can't, which is absurd, because if you can't communicate. Oh no, I'm not going to. Well, my first introduction in this whole area was about the same time as Myron's. I did not know him, of course, at that time either. And my first introduction chemical was mescaline, and it was about 1950, probably in the late 1950s. And I was going along in a very, very nice progressive way. I got a degree here and a degree there, and taught a little bit here and industry there, that type of thing. Becoming a dutiful scientific type of person who is doing nothing of interest but things of very great value, you know, the type of thing that most scientists get caught in. And this mescaline just completely turned me completely inside out. It was good material. It's about 400 milligrams of the sulfate. And interestingly enough, I don't know if Anne's going to get into it, but her first experience was about at the same time, but it was with peyote. Not the chemical of the isolate from the plant, but the actual plant itself. And another interesting point of coincidence is our babysitters, she with the peyote and me with the mescaline, was the same person. And it took us 20 years to discover that we knew this person as a mutual friend. So it was completely isolated and just happened to be almost the same chemical and with the same babysitter. But from my point of view, it was something I knew intellectually that it would go into an interesting mental area. But I was totally convinced that the chemical was the thing that would do the job. The chemical contained the ability to visual pictures and changes of state of mind and attitude and what have you. And it's in the middle of this experience, this first experience, that it occurred to me I was totally wrong in this whole matter. The chemical is not doing any of it. The chemical is merely catalyzing and allowing you to do it. So it's all coming from you yourself. The visuals are in there all the time. You just didn't have access to it. The memories were in there all the time, but you couldn't get at them to recall them. The understanding of why you have this particular attitude toward that particular person, it's in there all the time, but you're not honest and open, and it's not accessible to you. And so these chemicals provide the way of getting at what is inside of you and not normally accessible. And to me, that just caught my fancy totally. And of course, from there on, it was just a lot of fun chemistry and fun pharmacology. What I was very interested in some of the tryptamines, but I was fascinated by the fact